it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Since we started this show, video games have been releasing exponentially. Will we ever get out of October 1982? Last time we were on the Sinclair ZX81 playing The Tomb of Dracula. Let's press forward to see what our next game is. Coming up next, it's time to play on the Atari 2600, and this is Towering Inferno. Towering Inferno? I tried to find to see if this is something to do with the movie, but I can't find anything that proves this has to do. It has to be the movie, though. I mean, everything about this game claims that it's from the movie, but maybe we'll find something as we see more details about the game. Here's the box for Towering Inferno. This is only available for the Atari VCS, and it is the 157th game we played for the Atari. Look at that box. It's by US Games. This marks the third game we've seen by US Games, all for the Atari, after Space Jockey and Commando Raid. Looks like all the other boxes, and the front of the box, these guys are bold. They're not putting any flashy artwork like Atari or the Intellivision. They're just showing you the game. It is literally a picture of the game. That's pretty good. That's bold. They got balls. All right, let's flip this over on the back. What else do we have for Towering Inferno? Emergency. A downtown skyscraper has burst into flames, and only you can rescue the helpless hundreds trapped within. Quickly, you helicopter to the scene, dispatch your men to battle deadly flames. How many survivors can you rescue before it's too late? It's for 1 or 2 players. 7 game variations compatible with the Atari Video Computer System or Sears Video Arcade. Ooh. Look for the entire line of supercharged US games. Yes, we will, and we will play them all. Everything. Here's the other artwork we have for Towering Inferno. Now, again, there's nothing that claims this has to do with the movie. Back in 1980, right now in 1982, we can just make any game we want. There's nothing holding anybody back until you get slapped with a lawsuit. Here's some of the ads you would have seen in magazines at the time. Look, that's us. We're going to go in the burning building to save everyone. Oh, that's so cool. Looking at the Atari joystick all melting. That's awesome. I know. It depends on what Donkey Kong we're playing. Maybe if the 2600 one, no, we go to the arcade to play Donkey Kong. And then another one, a dealer flyer you would have seen inside of stores at the time. Hot deals from US Games. There it is, Space Jockey and Commando Raid. Haven't seen Sneak Peek yet or Word Zapper yet. Not really looking forward to Word Zapper, but we will see that one some point. There's the cartridge for Towering Inferno that we will play on the Atari today. But first, what does the manual have to say? The instructions. US Games usually has something pretty good. Yeah, look at that. Flashy, code red, emergency. Downtown skyscraper has burst into flames. We have to rescue everyone. This one is developed by Western Tech. It is the very first game that I've ever heard of that Western Tech has done so far on the show, even though US Games was the publisher. Explains, if you look at this at the top, that's how you play the game. You got to insert the cartridge, making sure the power is off. Everyone, don't forget, turn the system off, put the cartridge in, and then turn it on. Your mission is rescue as many people as possible from the Towering Inferno. There's 4 survivors trapped on every floor as the clock ticks down. It's a timer. Yikes. 9 buildings, 9 floors, each with a different floor plan. You have lots of work to do. 4 survivors trapped on every floor. You score points by extinguishing flames. 1 point for every score for every flame extinguished. That's pretty exciting. If you successfully complete a floor and your survivors helicopter to safety to the computer, automatically advances you to the next floor. So we're literally going floor by floor. This is very different from the other firefighting game by a Magic, literally called Firefighter. That one was outside the building. This time we're going inside. We got a lot more work to do. To put out the flames, you just hold down and press the red fire button. There's 2 kinds of flames, a flameoid and a wall of fire. The wall of fire is especially tricky because when squirted, it breaks into smaller flameoids. To rescue the survivors, all the survivors are behind a white window at the top of the screen. You have to maneuver your firemen to the top white window, depress the fire button, pick them up, and then you'll flee the passageway and the bottom of the screen. So you don't really see the survivors. You just like holding over your shoulder, I guess. And they come into contact with the flame and they perish. You move on to the next one and they appear at the bottom of the screen ready to do battle. There's no coward's way out in Towering Inferno. When you complete a floor, you've escaped with 1 or more survivors and then doused all the flames. and then you just basically go to the top of the screen, then come to the bottom, then move your way room to room through different floors. So you have different difficulty switch between A and B. And we're going to go with A, or we're going to go with B, I mean, easy, because the flames are going to be visible through the walls. You can play with the flames invisible through the walls. Very, very difficult. So there are 7 game variations. You have 1-player or 2-player. The 2-player mode is hot seat. So you're just be taking turns. You don't get to play at the same time. And it's basically showing you which... I should say we'll go into the game, the way the game modes work, and when we boot the game up. And then right here above my head is a screenshot showing us how the game works. There's what the window looks like, how many survivors are left, what the flamoids are, a wall of fire looks like. Your remaining firemen are represented in the bottom left corner. Very, very cool. Very, very cool manual, US Games. We got the gist. Let's pop in some Towering Inferno, the latest on the Atari. This is by Paul Allen Newell and Jeff Corsiglia. Published by US Games at some time in October 1982. Now again, we saw the whole manual had nothing to do with the movie. There was no references whatsoever. That's right, no pun intended for hot seat. I just say it every time. But we will literally play hot seat if you play 2-player. All right, so I'm going to go through really quick some of the game modes. This one is allowing you to play 1 and 2 players, but all it does is change a few things up variation-wise. I'm going to go with the normal game mode 1 and then hit reset. And the whole building bursts into flames. There we are in the helicopter, come down to the bottom. And now we begin on the first floor. I'm at the bottom of the screen. When I hold down my red button, there it is. The way that you shoot water is only in one direction, up or down. So whenever I move the joystick, it's going to go up or it's going to go down. But that's the only direction you have to douse all the flames. Make your way to the top. Once you pick up your survivor, then you can go down to the bottom. If you touch the wall of fire with some of the water, then it splits into a bunch of flamoids. Yes! Clear the whole room, and we're out of there. So floor 1 is done. Moving on to floor 2. And there's our survivors escaping. Landing safely out of the helicopter. Making our way to the top. Yeah, so right away, the top-down view is really, really nice to play on the Atari. You can see the flicker is pretty crazy, but it's almost like it's playing into the flicker, with the flames. Let's see if we can just go. Let's just get out of here. Yeah. Don't need to douse all those flames. Just get the survivors out. Yeah, it does kind of look like that. On the Atari VCS joystick, the control is actually very well done. Very smooth. The way that you shoot water, you kind of have to get used to. That it only flows one way, up or down. That's it. Let's get out of here. Rescue the survivors and go. At this point, we played 10 games that feature firefighting across all platforms. The very, very best that you could play right now, at least in October 1982, was the one in the arcade. Is still one of the best. Fire Truck, the one that was back in 1978. That was, I still say that's one of the best ways to play firefighting video games, and I hope those are still in the arcades right now, because that's the one where you and a friend could be playing together at the same time. Another one that's really good is Fire Bug for the Apple II, but Fire Bug is more of an arson game. You're meant to be burning things, not actually fighting fires. But it does, it's featured. There's fire happening. Let's make our way to the top, past the wall. Oh, that's a big wall. I took a really big risk going to the left. I don't know why I did that. Another one is Fire Bird for the Atari home computer, and by Gabelli Software. That one's a very good firefighting video game that you can play right now. This one holds the ranks as a very good firefighting game right now too. Action. Oh, we burned up, and I think we lost the survivors. I got to make a better plan here to go to the top. You can see the flames are just jumping quick. All right, that's good enough. I think that'll work. Yeah, this is really fun. You could consider this that I'm just doing a job. I'm just doing someone's job, but the way that they play with the controller dousing the flames, it works really well. Oh, see, got a wall, gotta wait for it, and you can't douse the flames when they're in the wall. Let's finish this wall of fire. Oh, they're all over the place. There we go. Make it to the top. Get the survivors, and then we're out of here. You'll get some bonus points if you douse all the flames, but you don't have to. Yes, that's right. The fire truck game was also called Smokey Joe chiptune. Yeah, that one was still one of the best ways to play a firefighting game. Oh, the wall of fire got me. Down to 2 lives. You can see on the bottom left, number of survivors showing up at the top of the screen. That's really where the flicker in the game could be annoying, is showing you your score at the top or the amount of survivors that you need to pick up. Let's go. Get out of the building. Uh-oh, timer's ticking. Uh-oh. Did it? It did. I think I ran out of time. I wasn't fast enough. You have to learn the patterns of every room, douse all the flames, and then get out of there in enough time. All right, so let's go ahead and go with game mode number... Actually, let's see what we have for the manual. And I wanted to show off just one more. There we go. So game mode 1, the game ends on any floor. There are no survivors when all firemen are lost. Game mode 2 is the same as game mode 1, but pushing reset starts a new game, and the score is where the last game left off. And then game mode 3 is continuous play. This is all for 1 player. If you do it with 2 players, though, you can alternate turns, but it ends when either player misses a floor. And game mode 5 is when any player misses a floor, you're restarted on floor 1 of the first building. Game mode 6, we alternate turns, but any player missing a floor repeats that floor. So it's very strange that this is a hot seat game for 2 players, but they're giving us game variations kind of like when we played Space Invaders. Just an amazing amount of, you're going to take turns with friends, but it has more game modes or more fun to be had. And we switch over there. So this one's the continuous play mode. It just continues on and on forever. Yeah, so the hot seat mode is interesting, going from cooperative play. It's very unique because at this point, there's not a lot of games that did that allow you to play cooperatively and hot seat with an arcade style game. Here on the show, when we say it's a hot seat game that you play in the arcade, that means you're going to take turns, but there's really no competition and there's no cooperativeness. It's just for score. Like you would in the arcade. When you play a 2-player game in the arcade, there's no if it's alternate play, you're not really going for competition or helping each other out cooperatively. But this one, you can help each other out cooperatively if you want to, and it also has the arcade mode. The only other game that offers that would be like Demon Attack, at least for a home console, and then Jumping Acrobats or P.T. Barnum's Acrobats for the Magnavox Odyssey 2, that offered that too. And then Space Invaders that I also mentioned. So kind of a cool idea. For 2 players, you can play like it's an arcade game, but you can also play cooperatively. Hot seat style. Go, go, go. Oh, the wall of fire is epic. Whoa, yeah, that's really crazy. So I like that too, that the game mode has that going for it. And it's fun to play, getting the patterns down of where the fire's going to go. And I like how they don't overbear the sound effects, that you're not just constantly hearing burning fire the whole time. But it is nice, crackling. Almost feels like we're doing a fireside chat right now. Yes, keep saying that, chiptune, and I'll keep believing you. All right, there we go. That's Towering Inferno. Of all the games you could play right now across all home consoles, it's actually pretty good. It's all right, especially for US games. We've been seeing very middling types of video games for consoles, particularly on the Atari, where sometimes it's like, this is pretty good, or this one's bad. It's all over the place. This one, I'd actually say, yeah, I'm looking over in the chat, seeing some 3.5s or 4s or 3 stars. I'm actually going to say, of all the games you could play right now, that unique control style for 2-player hot seat is nice, and the gameplay itself is very well done. I'm going to say 3.5 stars of all the games up to this point. I've seen a lot of averages too, even highs 4 stars in the chat. Very nice. All right, so there you go, 3.5 stars for Towering Inferno. Let's see what the next release is. Our next release takes us to play on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. This is Transylvanian Tower, another game in October that's based on Dracula and vampires, but it doesn't have the title of Dracula. Let's see the box for Transylvanian Tower. Look at that. A spectacular 3D maze adventure for the 48K Spectrum. This is by Richard Shepard Software. Good job, Richard Shepard. And we just played The Tomb of Dracula. That's kind of interesting. I couldn't make this stuff up, folks. So this is the cassette case, Transylvanian Tower. It looks pretty good. There's no Dracula in the title, but I like the box. What other artwork do we have for Transylvanian Tower? This is our 113th game for the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Wow. How did they do it? And here we go. The ad you would have seen from magazines. Rid the world of the Transylvanian terror before he introduces you to the dark world of the living dead in Transylvanian Tower. Nice. Horror video games. Yeah, right? It sounds like something that would be repackaged. This is going to be released later in 1983 for the Commodore 64 and the Dragon 32. This is the first time that you could play it here on the ZX Spectrum. A 3D maze adventure for the 48K Spectrum, only £6.50. Enthralling and addictive. So they say. Oh, and then we got another one. The later release, there we go, yeah, by Richard Shepard Software. And we've already seen a few games that Richard Shepard has done, or at least the publisher. I think this was done by Richard Shepard, too. There's our cassette to play Transylvanian Tower. Video games are played on cassette tape right here in October 1982. The manual that we have is a home brew manual. Handy hints, we're going to need these. Use the cursor keys 5, 6, 7, 8 to move appropriate direction, and that's the arrow keys on the ZX Spectrum. Key 6 rotates you 90 degrees. Pressing 6 twice will therefore retrace your steps, and they tell you how to help us out. There's going to be objects we pick up, like the golden ring, the invisible cloak, the magic apple. We can also see the floor plan, just like we did with the Tomb of Dracula. We have a clove of garlic, a knife, a mirror, a dagger, a sword, a silver cross. Wow. In the Tomb of Dracula, all we had was stakes. And this one, we're going for lots of items. Experiment using items against bats. You can press H for the floor plan, P to pick up objects, I for inventory, and S to save the game. You'll be transported from one level to the next. Takes approximately 2 minutes. Very nice. And they have the overleaf will give you all the full instructions, which is right here, using the program. And this one has different levels, but every level changes with what you have. Like level 1, the dungeon level. There's no bats or objects. It's kind of like a practice level. Level 2 has bats and objects appear, and you can use those objects on things. Bats have to be killed quickly, either by using a gun or one of the weapons you find scattered around the rooms. If you make it to level 3, you need greater accuracy for shooting bats. They have to be shot through the heart now. That's awesome. Level 4 has the same rules as level 3, but level 5 is where you meet the evil Count Creepy. Count Creepy, I don't think we're going to get to level 5, but very interesting. More levels than we saw for the other one. So this has a few different versions. We're going to pop in and play the first one. This is Transylvanian Tower by Richard Shepard, published by Richard Shepard Software at some time in October 1982. Look at that. The tower is right there. Is it all 5 floors? I think it is. And we have crickets chirping in the background. Very nice ambiance. All right, press any key to start. I'm ready. Let's do this. Your quest is reach the top of the tower, kill Count Creepy, and raid his secret treasure trove. So in the Tomb of Dracula, which I keep comparing to because we just played it, we were going levels down deeper to get to Count Dracula. This one is... and we're supposed to get treasure from that one. This one is we actually want to kill. That's the whole objective. But we're going floors up. We're going up the tower. You have to find your way through 500 rooms of the tower. Watch out for bats. You have a gun to kill the bats, but there are only 10 bullets. You'll find objects to help you, but only you can hold a maximum of 3 of these. So 3 items each, it looks like. When moving from room to room, use the cursor keys. Press the 6 key to turn around. You can obtain a floor plan and press H. It doesn't tell us that we lose points for looking at the floor plan. And then press any key for a quick look at Count Creepy. They're doing with Transylvania Tower. Look, it's not even as big on the ZX81 as this one, though. That's awesome. It does sound like that punk rock biker. New Line Cinema Viper, yeah, Vampire. All right, the first level is the dungeons. There's no bats or objects. You can see a floor plan. Pressing H. And by the way, this is the load screen. They're giving us instructions while the game is loading. You'll discover as you go room to room, you'll leave a trail of footprints. You can press S to save, but you can only save after you've been running the game 30 minutes. Yeah, we're not going to be saving this time. You're now being transported to the dungeon level of the Transylvanian Tower. And now I'm going to fast forward so we don't wait. When you do play this, it is randomized. All right, so we're in. Where's my... There we go. Okay, so we're in. Now, if we hit H, We should be able to see the floor plan. Yeah, there we go. It's going to build the floor plan for us. He doesn't look as scary as Count Dracula that we saw in the Tomb of Dracula. Oh man, this takes a long time to load. I probably will not look at the floor plan ever again. It's coming up very slowly, but in the same way when we played the Tomb of Dracula, it came up slowly too. I wonder if there was any collaboration or if anyone knew about the other person making the game. If there's like a contest to see who could make the creepiest, scariest game. But that one was for the ZX81. This one's the ZX Spectrum. Okay, so there we are at the top. We need to make our way to the exit down at the bottom. So this one is just making our way through the 3D maze. Maybe we'll get some items, maybe not. Let's see. All right, so let's move forward. And this is using the cursor keys on the ZX Spectrum keyboard. Go, go, go. Make our way here. Now we have to really memorize that maze. So let's turn to the right. And then, oh, wait, I think I took the, then turn again. All right, I see. So this one would be back the same way. Let's go forward. And then, oh, it's a dead end. Okay, so 6 should turn around, right? Yeah, there we go. And then go back this way. Oh, we got an item. Can we get it? Or is it I for inventory? Oh, P to pick up item, right? If that's an item. Consult the manual. It's P to pick up an object. Maybe it's not an object. Maybe it's just, oh, it's our little footprints. That's right. We're leaving the breadcrumbs. I thought that wasn't the item. Okay, let's go to the left. And another one. Yeah, this is the breadcrumbs showing us where we came from before. Turn left again. All right, let's keep going forward here. And there's the dead. So that's the dead end we came from. I see. Go this way. And then let's turn to the right this time. So you can use that. That's handy. Knowing that where you've already stepped is very nice. And this first floor of the Transylvanian Tower is meant to be like a practice round. So there's no enemies. It's just get to the end of the maze. And then the action starts and you start getting items, shooting things. So as far as 3D maze goes, you can already see, look how quickly it's moving from room to room. And this gives me more of a sense of immersion. Like the first person perspective's pretty nice. I don't know if I feel as compelled to go kill Count Creepy, though. And they didn't tell us we lose points looking at the map. So I'm going to go ahead and hit H again. Very slowly load the map. Just take your time. Hey, welcome Obsidian Arcade to October 1982. We are having some fun playing the Transylvanian Tower for the ZX Spectrum as we slowly wait for the map to load. This one boasts 3D horror in October 1982. I'm already liking this better than the Tomb of Dracula. At least it's speedier, a little bit faster than that. All right, so this will show us where we are and where we need to go in the bottom right. Oh, nice. We're already pretty close. So let's go forward twice, left, then right. Okay, I think I got it. I wonder when we get to the other floors if it shows the enemies too. All right, ready? And go. And go. I think I'm doing it right. Oh, wait, I've already lost my position again. Oh, darn. Turn to the right. Nope. Turn back around. Turn to the left. There. And now I should be back. Yeah, there's my footprints that I left before. Make my way here. And I think if I keep going, should be south. It's also not giving me a cardinal direction. I'm just moving from room to room, and you have to know. If we look back at the map, let's see. Yes! Welcome, Jeffertainment. And this map is generated from the beginning. It's randomized. So every floor, when you play this, is going to be a different experience, which is very nice. They do have a save function, which is kind of unique because when we played 3D Monster Maze, the one that I still give high marks to, 3D Monster Maze on the ZX81 is a really good, fun way to play a 3D game right now. But that one didn't have a save feature because it was supposed to be like fast, action-paced. This one's longer. We're there. We can do it. So all we got to do is, wait, which direction are we facing though? If we're in that corner, does that mean we have to turn around? Let's see. All right, so we got on either side, I think we turn to the left and then left again. And then, see, I'm already turned around again. I thought we had the right direction. You were right at the end. I bet we turned the other way. We went the total opposite direction. Yes, he should, punk rock biker. Count Creepy He's not really as scary as Count Dracula, but we need to kill him anyway. And I really want a gun. I want to shoot someone. I'm already enjoying this more than the Tomb of Dracula, despite waiting for the screen to load to tell me where to go. This is already more fun, faster. So if we were already one square... Oh, I see. We should have just gone left, and that was it. Yeah, we turned back around the other way. So this means it's going to show us 3 doors, and we want to take the one on the right and then keep going forward. Then when we hit the wall, yeah, take the one on the right. There it is. And then keep going. Wait. Take the one going right again. Oh, it's a dead end. Okay, turn around. Go to the left. Because on the map, your position shows you in like the corner of the room, which is a little obtuse. Let's go to the right. And then now we go straight down. That's the end. Go. Come on, keep going. Uh-oh, now I feel like I'm lost again. This should have been the end. What? That should have been the end. If I'm following this right. And I'm probably not. So the game begins as the puzzle 3D maze. At this point on the show, we've already played about 20, 25 3D maze games. We played so many that I've actually split into 2 parts. We have puzzle maze games, that is just make your way through the maze. And we saw this like with the Incredible Maze in the arcade in the 70s. It's just, just make your way through the maze, like a puzzle. But then we have the action 3D maze games that are essentially like, oh man, how do we get all the way over here? Was there a warp? We were right by the exit. I wonder if it's... I know, right? Yeah, that's a good point. Just go get make yourself a sandwich, while the map's loading, and then find out where you need to go. Well, now I'm even more lost, but I do want to keep playing this. This is another title that you could play longer. I want to see more of Transylvanian Tower, and that's just floor 1, and it has more to offer. It has more items that you can pick up. It has more elements than the Tower of Dracula does. So I highly recommend playing this one over the Tower of Dracula, all the games you could play up to this point. So yeah, I'm going to go this 3.5 stars. Maybe even go as high as 4, but I'll say still 3.5. It's still around the same level of Tomb of Dracula. Very, very fun and well done. I love that rating, Manly. It's 3.5 stars. It's time-consuming. So there you go, Transylvanian Tower on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. Let's see what our next release is. Yes, here we go, on another computer that's still holding on, the Commodore PET. This is Tron, Journey to the MCP. A completely fabricated game, not a real game based on a licensed property at all. All we have is a couple screenshots for Tron, Journey to the MCP. Let's pop it in and play. I have no idea who made this game. It came out sometime in October 1982. This is our 61st game we've played for the Commodore PET, and this one requires a little load magic. I want to play Tron, Journey. No, Journey. Oh no, I crashed it. My Commodore PET's a little finicky. Let's try it again. There's not a whole lot of games we played for this one because it's a little difficult to find games well, 61 games is still a lot by October 1982. All right, so here we go. Ready? Delete. Did it crash again? I clicked the wrong key. We'll try it again then. Ready? This will totally be worth it when we get it loaded up. Trust me. Tron. Journey. There it is. And I want to do (8), (1), engage. Yes. This is an unlicensed version of Tron. It is the very first video game we've played that's an unlicensed Tron. This is not real Tron. Someone just made Tron. And plus, I'd like to know, was this released on a BBS? Or how would you have gotten this game? I just said it was freeware because it's public domain, at least now, and I heard it was public domain then. All right, so there you go. We just need to use 4, 6, 7, and 8 to move and press any key to play. And there, we're in. This one is a actual maze game. All it is a puzzle. All you got to do is get to the exit that you can see right above my head in the top right. And you're just using the number keys to get around. But watch out. Looks like it's going to... Oh! If it glitches us. Yep, if it glitches us, then you start over at the beginning, it looks like. Yeah. Oh, man. It looks like the whole thing's glitched now. Are we still in? No way. Look, and the game just totally breaks and crashes. So you didn't get to the end. But all it is a maze. That's all it is. Very, very simple gameplay. Very, very easy. Wow. So yeah, underwhelming for sure after taking that long time to load. This is a just straight puzzle maze game. Of all the games you could play right now that are puzzle maze games, some of the best out there, I would say, would be Mazongs on the ZX81, Maze Craze, or on the Atari VCS, or Amazing that you could play on the Texas Instruments TI-99 4A. So of all the games you could play right now, this is bad. There's so much better games you could play. I'm going to say 1.5 stars. It's in the bad range. And it did break on us, so maybe I should go lower and say it's in the broken range. Yeah, it's just cool because it's Tron. I really don't want to say 1 star but it is just a maze. Yeah, we'll say 1. It's broken because it broke on us. There's better games and better gameplay that you could play right now. All right. Yes, I would too. But you probably got it for free. Well, hopefully you got it for free. All right, that's where we got to put our video game playing on pause. Behold, above me is the future of consoles. The consoles we're going to be seeing later. We have been playing video games across all platforms all over the world, and we're going to keep doing so in chronological order. This is been a treat, being able to play everything and see everything up to this point, October 1982. We're still not done. We still have a few more games to go. Next time on Chronologically Gaming, we have the very first time an arcade port comes home, but it's not quite what you'd expect. It's Tutankhamun. The first time you can ever play it at home is what we're going to check out. We're also going to put on our naval hat and get ready for another submarine simulator. That's it for today, and like I always say, hey, relax. It's all for entertainment. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.